pumpkin cake. Good morning. It is, I don't know, it's probably like in the mid-30s. I'm barefoot outside and it's very cold, so it could be low 30s, I don't know. But it's wet. It hasn't snowed. I don't think it snowed since before Christmas, and it just rains and then everything's melting and it's gross and icy and horrible. But the mountains are kind of socked in with some clouds, so there's a chance that there could be some weather. At least up there is. You can't really see it, but that is where the ski resort is. So good for them that they're getting snow, because that's not a good thing when you have to close early or make snow all year. It's just not good for business. Today, the two of the kids at least got on to school like super fast. Like Matthew was done even with a quiz by 8 o'clock, and that never happens. So he is on top of it. Later this morning, I need to take Stephanie to an appointment. She's got to get a passport, well, a pass card. She needs identification, photo ID for traveling purposes, and she just is not that interested in getting her driver's license, so she doesn't have that, and we figured this will last longer, and we thought it would be easier, but we shall see. Because we are in a small town, that means you need to make an appointment at a post office. Probably 6 years ago is when we got the kids their first pass cards, but they're now expired. That, like, you actually went to an office, you took a number, waited a few minutes, not a big deal. If you had questions or needed more documentation, you could just go get them and come back. No, here, if you don't have the right piece of paper with you, you have to make an appointment for like a week out or more, depending on how busy they are. So kind of frustrating, but hopefully we'll get it done today, and hopefully we're not too down to the wire as far as timing in order to get things back to us. So we would love some prayers on that end, because right now I think they're saying 6 to 9 weeks to receive your documentation, and we are at like 8.5 weeks from her needing the documents. We're gonna get on with it. I have an abundance of sourdough discard, so I've got to either discard it or figure out what I'm gonna do with it. Kind of got lazy over the weekend, I guess, and didn't really, I made bread, but that was it. So there's still a bunch of discard. Anyways, we will check in with you guys in a little while. Not really sure how to fix this thing. Sewing is not my thing. I have no idea really how to sew. I make it up when I do need to sew things. Like, seriously, do you see this needle? I have no idea why I have it. It's huge. I don't know. Who knows what it's from. Okay, so here's what I'm trying to do. The girls and I all have messy bun hats, which has a hole in the top that has elastic, so you could get your ponytail, your braid, whatever out. This is not that. And the top, I don't even know. I didn't really ask questions, but I have to try to reconnect all of the loops of the crocheting. I find the older I've gotten, the less I enjoy this because of this. Threading thread through the eye of the needle. I do somewhere have these really cool needles. Anyways, they are open on the side, so all you have to do is pop the thread in on the side of the needle and then up into the eye, and it works pretty good. But there's a really good chance that when we were living in our trailer, I wasn't going to bring a whole sewing box with stuff that I don't need, like rickrack from when we had puppies, some kind of hemp cord, make cool bracelets with that, tie back pins, like I was going to make curtains or something. I have no idea, but I can't find the needles that would benefit me right now. My guess is I chose to take those in the trailer, and it's probably where it still is. So what I'm hoping to do is follow the thread that currently seems to still be in here. Guys, I have a friend who sews, but she doesn't live nearby. I feel like this is something I should be able to do, right? I am a little bit nervous about this passport appointment because she needs her passport or some form of photo ID to travel in like 8.5 weeks, and it takes 6 to 9 weeks to get a passport. We'll look into just getting an ID card as well, like through the state. Not sure what the timetable is on that, but because our lease is basically up and we're not sure if we are staying in this state or going to a different state, she's a little bit iffy about having like a state ID, and we end up moving and she would feel like she'd need to get a different one. So I figured the passport card would make more sense right now, but everything is so particular on how you fill it out, what color ink you use, sign the right thing, bring the right paperwork. I feel like I've got it all, but I'm still nervous. So as soon as she gets out here, we'll leave and hopefully get this taken care of. Want me to put him in the car so he doesn't?
Have a wonderful day. I can go whoever's next. Alright, so you want...
Okay, we got her passport stuff taken care of. They took everything. They took copies of all the things, everything. Like, there's no proof of her existence at this point.
Except for my face.
Right.
Obviously.
Because they took her birth certificate and the copy that they requested and her old pass card, which was the only picture ID.
Besides my high school ID, which is the terrible picture.
That's what you have. So that is your official ID right now, is your high school student ID. That's funny.
Picture.
So the lady was super,
She's super nice.
She was super nice, not at first, because I was like, I'm pretty sure she didn't want to do a passport thing.
But she didn't really know. Was it really?
Yeah, she asked lots of questions. But I think it took maybe 15 minutes, I think.
Yeah. I get to go back there.
Oh yeah, we got to go into the back of the post office, which is kind of cool. It's not like in Elf or in Grinch. It looks different than both.
Well, it's not depressing and it's not Christmassy.
No.
There's
no music. There's no jury duty things flying around. Anyways, so now we're on our way home so she can finish up some school stuff so I can take her out to her next thing, and Janelle has stuff at church this afternoon, so we better get to it. What? Ew. He puked in the car. You're so disgusting. Hey, Dakota.
He's like, I'm out.
He's like, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to explain my behavior. Hi, Kenai. Pet dog. Dang it. Now I gotta go clean out the car. Luckily, it's above freezing, which is good, but he's so gross. He has this issue with, like, he doesn't eat, and then he gets a lot of acid built up in his system or something, and then he decides to puke, phlegm everywhere, but usually it's not in the car. I mean, the car did need to get cleaned anyway, but when it's 39 degrees out, it's not exactly what I had in mind. Luckily, there's not too much on the carpet. It's mostly on the plastic. So, we'll see. Hopefully it'll dry okay. Not just freeze. It's so... Go get some hot water, rinse it off. So I am going to make a sourdough pumpkin cake in a bundt pan because I have a huge bowl, like twice this size probably, of discard in the fridge. And just since this morning, this is exploding on the counter. So if I can find some baked goods like the pumpkin bread that maybe freeze well, I can make like an abundance of stuff, freeze that, and then hibernate the starter. If you put it in the fridge, you only have to feed it once a week, and then it will not grow as fast, so it won't overtake your kitchen like it is currently. This is like maybe 5 or 6 hours and it's exploding everywhere. And yes, I could put it in a bigger jar, but I don't want to, because the only other jars I have are half-gallon jars, and then I feel like I have this huge jar that's only maybe half full. Anyways, back to the point. I need 425 grams of pumpkin puree or a 15-ounce can. I had some in the freezer, but it's not enough. So I am going to make up the difference with applesauce because I have some. To take the girls over to church in a little bit, and I don't have time to finish this now, but I figured I might as well get it started. I believe it bakes like an hour because that's just what bundt cakes do. I think the other bundt cake I've made in the past, very good. It's an oatmeal mocha cake. That cooks for like an hour, so I think that's just how bundt cakes roll. Getting text messages or videos of my dad getting the staples removed from his knee, and that grossed Matthew out. You can do it. You want to see?
No.
You want to see?
No. Okay, no.
I think it's fun, and I think they should have offered him a cinema photographer in the surgery room, so I could have seen the surgery, because I think that would have been very interesting. If you have ever had a joint type surgery, hip replacement or knee surgery or something, carpal tunnel surgery, and got to see it on video, let me know in the comments if it was cool or if it totally grossed you out. A lot of recipes simply call for measures, you know, with a cup, but because sourdough and sourdough starter is kind of funky to measure, it's usually best to weigh it. And I will need, not really that much, just half a cup, which is only 113 grams. An offset spatula works pretty good for in the jars, really well to get into the bottom of the jar, mix it up. Got to tare my scale. I've got it set on grams, and I need 113 grams. And then this evening, I will feed this starter again. With it being on the counter, I need to feed it twice a day. brought Key and I outside and I was going to show you the area that we normally bring them. But I have a situation. I stepped into the wrong snow and now it's up to my thigh. And so, Key and I's over there by herself. So we'll see if we can get out of this without falling on my face. Oh, it's in my boot. Oh, it's cold. Oh, full of ice in my boot. Oh, it's very chilly. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're gonna make this fast because my boot's now full of snow. So this bush is very weighed down by the snow. Technically, I think I'm walking on the bush. All the ice is under my foot. So this area, so it's usually grass and then down to this retention area. She likes water. She does not like this icy. It's hard to walk in. It's not slush. It's kind of icier than slush, but it's not powder either. It's hard to explain. It's horrible right now, but she likes to just come out here and lay in the snow. It's been raining. Anytime weather comes in, I would say for the last month, it just rains. In December and January should be snowing, not raining. It is, I don't know, mid-30s, high 30s. So it's really not cold out. Schweitzer, which is the ski resort that I showed you this morning, well, through the clouds, you can see it, the mountain glowing, like all the lights are on. But we just finished dinner. We're gonna go have some dessert. If it turns out, maybe I'll show you. I tried to make a sourdough pumpkin bundt cake. Never made it before. Sounded good. The crumbs taste good, but it didn't come out of the bundt pan, so it's ugly. So we're gonna put frosting on it, I think. Yeah, and then we're just gonna chill out and enjoy our evening and get ready to do it all again tomorrow. So thanks for being with us. Kime. Good catch. You wanna go inside? You do? You're going the wrong way. Let's go inside. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell, and comment down below if you have questions or just want to tell us we're doing a good job or a bad job. We appreciate you guys being here.